In short, if you think I don't know what I'm saying, I dare you to come and pick me, and I'll prove it to you, not based on newspaper headings, based on reality, that some of these corrupt military officers and some of these corrupt politicians are sending a bunch of demoralized soldiers and ill-equipped soldiers to go and face their death warrant in the name of trying to protect the country, and at the end of the day, they end up becoming casualty, victims, and even the people they are protecting to become victims. Are you trying to tell me that a lot of the generals are not aware that some of the allowances of these men, these soldiers, are still not being paid? A lot of the provisions that are enshrined in what is supposed to guide their conduct, their provisions, is not being paid? Are you trying to tell me that the Senate Chairman Committee, the House of Reps members in charge of all in charge of oversight functions in regards the conduct of military operations and all their activities are not aware of the fact that these soldiers are still shortchanged? Some of the soldiers are still ill-equipped. Some of these soldiers are demoralized. Are you telling me that? I'm going to tell you that factually. I am telling you. And President Tinubu, you will never be perceived, you will never succeed in regards this insurgency and insecurity till you are ready to fight corruption. But from your body language, it seems you are not even ready to fight corruption. What are you telling me? Let's look at it now. When was the last time? Kitting is one of the basic necessities of soldiering job. When was the last time issues were distributed according to the provisions? These kittens are supposed to, the uniforms, the boot or whatever, are supposed to be distributed biannually. When was the last time it was done? Most especially in the Navy. We're talking about almost close to 10 years ago. And you are sitting there down here and you are now acting as if you are not aware. What happens to the medical service that these people are supposed to be benefiting from? What are the medical services? It's rubbish. A typical military man would prefer to go and subscribe to private hospitals rather than going to military hospitals that are supposed to checkmate that. Are we going to be talking about their allowances? Their allowances are still shortchanged up to today. Are you saying you are not aware? At the end of the day, you send a bunch of demoralized soldiers. And at the end of the day, they are now at the mercy of Boko Haram, bandits, and the rest of it. And all you can do is whenever situations happen, you come and say you are giving a marching order, you are giving a marching order for military to go and apprehend. How many have they apprehended? You have a lot of corruption charges that you are supposed to look into. And I wonder why the likes of even Buhari are working freely when they have a lot of questions to answer. What happened to the Dasuki Gate? What is now the situation with Dasuki Gate? What happened to the charges in regards to the former chief of naval staff, Jibrin? What has happened to it? And a lot of other corruption charges in billions. And you are sitting quiet and keeping quiet. All you're just thinking about is defection, how to win the next election. I'm telling you that if you don't do anything about this, if you are not ready to fight corruption, I am telling you, by God's grace, you will not see that. And at the end of the day, even when you succeed in that, where is the humanity in you? How do you want to be remembered? You want to be remembered as a president that just did 2 times tenure? And at the end of the day, you are gone. How old are you? How old are you? How many years do you have left? I'm talking to you, Tinubu. How many years do you think you have left on the face of this earth? And you can't confront these things and stand and kick against them? Look at the way they are just unaliving soldiers. Look at the way they are unaliving civilians. And at the end of the day, we come back and play politics about this. How long is this going to remain? A lot of short-changing. Look at their feeding. Look at how do you expect a soldier now that is faced with a lot of these things in his head? The fact that he's thinking about how to survive, how to feed his family. There's no good adequate medical care. Kitten, he have to buy boots for himself. He have to buy uniform for himself. Out of how much? It's only in Nigeria that you see a soldier trying to see how he can measure to survive, how feeding, just feeding till the next era comes. They complain of being shortchanged. You people introduce IPPIS. IPPIS, what has it changed? Nothing. You have succeeded in just dividing one part to some of the corrupt military officials and one part to a kind of a private business entity. What is happening recently of the moment? You have a situation where they are paid allowances. It takes almost after they are paid IPPIS. It takes almost after 15 days for them to receive their allowances, dividing this little money that they have. A lot of ills going on. And I bet you, if you are ready to fight insecurity in that country, if you are not ready to fight corruption, I'm telling you, there's nothing that is going to change. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. A lot of ills, a lot of corruption is going on. Tell this to everybody. A lot of corruptions proven. It can be proven that is still going on in the military. And you are quiet about this. You are quiet about this. All you can just come and tell is you have given marching order. What the hell? Who has marching order helped? Look into the details. Look into the major cause of all these things. Why are we having a bunch of demoralized soldiers? Why are we having a bunch of ill-equipped soldiers going to fight this insurgency?
Celebrating the fallen heroes in the Biafra land is not something that is bad. If we can observe June 12th in water pole under Abiola as a democracy, there's nothing wrong in celebrating the fallen heroes in Biafra land. Don't forget that in Biafra land, these fallen heroes are people who have been killed under the Biafra war. Millions of Igbos were killed. And as such, celebrating them for the fight they fought for liberation of their people, for the suffering, for the marginalization of Nigerians, marginalizing them, it is not bad to me. But where it's bad to me is that where the governor of the Southeast, who are being imposed in one way or the other to the people of the Southeast, are kicking against this, is what is baffling me, because you come to think of it. One day of celebrating the heroes will not stop the economy of the Southeast. One day of celebrating the heroes will not make you not to make the profit you make the week or for the month. Let's start this now. Samuel Nnamdi Kanu is the problem of the Southeast. Look at it this way. If Samuel Ekpa, who is far as Finland, is controlling what is happening in Southeast, that means that to tell you that the Southeast government is supposed to cover their face in shape. They have failed their primary responsibility. That means they are not more defending the people, they are defending themselves and their family. Because Samuel Ekpa has become a threat to the governor of Southeast. Oh, let's kidnap Samuel Ekpa. Let's silence Samuel Ekpa. Ever since Samuel Ekpa has been silent not to communicate with Biafra, one will emerge that after Samuel Ekpa is being stopped not to communicate with Biafra, there will be peace in Biafra land. They will not be killing. But as I talk to you, right from the time Samuel Ekpa has been stopped not to communicate with Biafra land, the killing in Biafra land have taken another dimension. In the sense that the Fulani herdsmen now have the full audacity to enter into the Biafra land, to kill, to kidnap, to fight people. Not quite long, we saw a video that went viral of Enugu women. They came out in number, they protest about the brutality of the Fulani herdsmen, fight their husbands, raping their daughters, using their stick to molest their women. Up to this very moment, the governor of Enugu State, the Peter Mba, have not made any arrests, have not made anything about it. I did now look as if that these governors are directly being positioned in that place to cover the mess of this Fulani herdsmen. That's why we are shocked. And I came into conclusion that I came into conclusion as my own personal opinion that not everybody who bear Igbo name that are Igbos. There are some of them that are bearing Igbo, but they are not Igbo. Don't forget that during the Biafra war, the Fulani soldiers, they went into Biafra land to commit havoc, to kill people, to buy Biafra. So many of them used that opportunity to pregnant Igbo women. And some of them that pregnanted Igbo women, the blood of Fulanis are still running in those Igbos. They might be bearing Chief, they might be bearing Emeka, they might be bearing Okadigo, but they are Fulani. Because in Igbo traditions, once you pregnanted a woman without paying the due process, they will allow the child to bear the name of the mother's family. And that's what you are seeing in Biafra land.
Okay, let us consider this unconfirmed report that have it that the Fulani are threatening to pull out of Nigeria. Remember all the difficulties, all the handling, arresting, prosecution, those agitating to pull out of Nigeria from the ashes of Biafra is facing. Do you think this report that Fulani is threatening to pull out of Nigeria, though it's unconfirmed anyway, Do you think the government will harm them the way they harm Biafrans?
As far as, I don't think Nigeria government will take it serious because Fulani, they don't have a place in Nigeria. Come to think of it, where is the originated place that is designed for the Fulani? If you talk about the Hausas want to pull out of Nigeria, then we cannot talk. Fulani don't have any position. These are people that came from Sahel, different parts of Africa, to come and sojourn in Nigeria. But unfortunately, they use religion to enter Hausa and they penetrate into Hausa. As we speak to them now, nobody is hearing any Hausa. Mazin Ambikano once said that anything that about Biafra, anything about Hausa, that is only their language. Every other thing has been collected by the Fulani in terms of their kingship, in terms of political district. Fulani is now everywhere. That's why they now feed the audacity. Oh, we are now in charge. We are all. No, we don't recognize Fulani. I'm not saying they are not tribe. Most of them, they came from Niger, they come from Mali, they come from Burkina Faso. All we know before, we have three. We have Wazobia, we have the Hausa, we have the Yoruba, we have the Igbo. The Hausa is what they represent, is not Fulani. If you are telling me that Fulani want to go, where are they before? Are they part of Nigeria? The people we know in Nigeria before is Hausa, Yoruba, and Igbo. We don't know Fulani. It is not because they have used religion to enter into Hausa, collect everything that belongs to Hausa. They now hold Hausa. Come to think of it, before the last president, President Buhari, he told us that the Fulani men who are killing people in Nigeria, they are not Fulani men, they are not Nigeria Fulani. Now, how do we differentiate the Nigeria Fulani from the Fulani that are not Nigerians? That's where to come to think of it. Even the Buhari himself, fingers are being pointing at Buhari, that Buhari is not Nigeria. Buhari is from Niger. That's why most of them, they will still find their ancestral home to Niger land, to Burkina Faso, to Mali, to different places in Africa. So for me, if you want to talk, if you say Yoruba want to go on their own, I can take it serious. If you say people want to go their own, I will take it serious. If you tell Hausa want to go there, I will take it. But telling me Fulani say they want to go, they are making mockery of Nigeria. Is it because of the Nigerian government now allow people to move? That's why I'm telling you. Look at Babangida. Babangida is a Yoruba man. But today he went to the north in Mina to claim north. This Tinubu that is the president today, where is Tinubu from? Because of the Yorubas, I say Tinubu is Yoruba. Go and check the history of Tinubu and know where Tinubu is from. Because if you believe Nigerian politicians, you are on your own. Don't believe in any Nigerian politicians. That is it. So,
but someone like Bala Mohammed, the current governor of Bauchi State, said about 70% of people in Bauchi are Fulani.
And that's what I'm telling you. The Fulani, they are coming to take over. You can see what they are trying to do in Benin now. They are trying to dominate everywhere. That's why they come to Fulani. In the place where I come from, the middle belt, they buy people in Benue, they keep people in Plateau State. And we are calling the federal government. If the federal government feel that they don't have the power to stop these people, let them give us the right to confront these people. Thank God that the DSS chairman have said it, that if we should rise up and defend ourselves. Now look at what they are doing. What they do in Benue now, they will come to a community, they will kill the people, they will drop everybody, they will occupy the place. That's how they do to occupy the people. And these are the same thing they did in Kwara State. Today they now fed that the whole Kwara. That's why middle belt must not give any land as a Ruga.
Okay, let me take your attention to Mate in a military base in Borno State, where it is reported that insurgents, particularly Boko Haram, burned down some vehicles in that military formation. Of course, they took some military personnel into captivity. One was thinking that the issue of Boko Haram has come down. We are seeing this renewed hostility. We got to show that Nigeria is not safe.
Nigeria is not safe. That these are the problems we are having from the north. And that's why I keep saying it before the general election that there are two things you need to do. Whoever that is the president, whether Obi become the president, Atiku, or this grab around, Emiloko, that is now a president now. That if you don't do these two things, they will fail. And that's why you see now the situation of Nigeria. Let me tell you, the problem we are having now, you restructure this country or divide this country, let everybody go on their own way. Nigeria cannot defeat the insurgency. Well, how can you defend it? You will see they say, repentant Boko Haram, they will carry them, they will give them amnesty, betray them before you know, they will push them in Nigeria army. How can you defend insecurity in that manner? You cannot defend it.
As at the time we're talking about the killings in Benue, because we understand that a full vehicle that was traveling, the people were entering into the bush, into the forest. The dust of that have not settled. We are now seeing a military formation, a military base being overrun by insurgents. Our military, are they no longer having the capacity to do what this?
No, the fact is that the Nigerian military, they've overstressed, they are overwhelmed. And it still goes to what I'm telling you. Most of the informants that are giving this Boko Haram informant, they are still from all those reported Boko Haram. Take me to anywhere we tell you. Most of them that have been recruited as, oh, we are reported Boko Haram. They disguise themselves to be repented. They are still the ones giving the information. Oh, Nigerians army are coming so time. Nigerians army are in this way. They will not hold ambush against Nigerian army. Before you know, they will eliminate Nigerian armies. Until Nigerian government stop this thing, there's nothing like Boko or repented Boko Haram. A terrorist is a terrorist. A man who have killed somebody's father, killed his mother, destroyed Nigerian property, you are telling him it's a repented Boko Haram. Why are you only Mazen Amdekano, for goodness sake? And Nigerian government need to compensate Mazen Amdekano for holding him lawful. Tell me the same Mazen Amdekano have committed that these Fulani men who are moving from one region to another to have not done. Mazen Amdekano have not lived his territory. It's in his country, which is the south. He's protecting his people. Oh, why did he form ESM? Why did he bring in Radio Biafra? Excuse me, if you want to arrest Mazen Amdekano, go arrest the DSS boss Ajayi, who told Nigeria that we should rise up and defend ourselves. All Mazen Amdekano do is to defend his people. See, the governors, elected governors who supposed to their primary duty to defend the people, they failed to do so. And Mazen Amdekano came out and they formed the ESM. Come to think of it, in Southwest here, they form Amoteco. Amoteco is uniform in the whole state of the Southwest. They are confronting the Fulani headmen. They are winning the war. In Southeast, did they have any security that is uniform to Southeast? No. That's why Mazen Amdekano came out and organized the ESM. And you see, as of the time when Mazen Amdekano organized them, Mazen Amdekano was active. The ESM, they were on ground. The ESM was doing the work. You hardly hear that Fulani men kidnap anybody in the Southeast. You hardly hear that the Fulani men, they are in the bush of the Southeast. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. Oh, why did he form Radio Biafra? He formed Radio Biafra because he formed Radio Biafra to communicate with Biafra. Is Arewa don't have radio to communicate with their people? Is Radio Biafra not registered in Nigeria? Is it not registered in UK? So for me, I keep saying the Mazen Amdekano has no place to answer. They should release the young man, let the young